There we go. Hello, hello. I think I'm muted there. How are you guys? I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Hi, Rosie. I'm just going to wait a minute here to make sure. Hello, Rachel, that you guys can hear me. The sound seemed a little bit different this time. So before I get going, if you don't mind, just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. That way I know everything's working the way it should be before we get going. Good morning, Cheryl. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. We have a little bit of weather today. Sounds good. Okay, great. Thank you, Rosie. A little bit of weather today in Arizona. It's a little bit overcast, and that always gets me so excited. We love it when it's not sunny. We don't make any sense here in Arizona, but we desperately need the rain, and it does cool things down quite a bit with a little bit of cloud coverage. And we might have some monsoon activity tonight, or this afternoon, which is always like a true Arizonan's favorite time of year is monsoon season because it's kind of fun. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get going. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for joining me for our July Stampin' Craft. Today we're going to create 2 cards featuring the July Hero Studio. One card, our first card, is going to feature the card kit. We're going to make this one here. I really love the way this one turned out. We take advantage of all the amazing products in that kit. So it's a fun one. Your parents, Rachel says, her parents are here in Arizona. She said her parents escaped the Phoenix heat and are enjoying the high being in the 60s here. Oh my God, that sounds really nice. That sounds amazing. I hope they're having a wonderful time. And then our second card we're going to create with the die set of the month of July die set, which I really love the cassette. I have that, has that fun vintage feel, and I just love it so much. I'm going to go ahead and change views here. Real quick before I get started, you guys are all here from YouTube, so I feel bad the Facebook link for today's live didn't quite work, so I apologize to anybody who had to come over here from Facebook over to YouTube. I apologize about that. I'm not sure what is going on with that. Sometimes there's a little glitch there. Okay, so let me change the view here and we'll get started with today's cards. These 2 are really fun. Lots of die cutting. There's some definite stamping here on this one. This one, what I'll get to is showing you guys how I did some really simple coloring that makes the hello and the tape inside the cassettes really look dimensional. I'm thinking I should make one of these cards for my sis. Oh, you should. That would be so fun. Absolutely. And follow along. Now, these lives are intended to kind of have you follow along with me, but they're saved on our YouTube, so you can always pause. You can even pause while right now you're with me live, but you can pause even the live and take breaks or whatever you need to do to kind of stay on track. But you can also just sit back and relax and watch. I think that's my favorite way to kind of craft along with creators, is just kind of sit back, maybe do a little bit of crafting, but more watching and enjoying in everybody's company, because it's fun to be with, people who get it, people who understand what we love. Oh, my picture-in-picture isn't working. I wonder why. Let me go check my thing. Let me see if I can fix it real quick before I get going. Can I fix my picture-in-picture? I think, let's see if we can fix it on camera. Let's do this. Then we'll do this. There we go. Did it fix on camera on the live? Let's see. Oh, it did fix. Cool. I fixed it. That's what I'm doing. Rosie, that's awesome. I bet you have lots of things you're working on, some incredible things. Rachel says, working on some blog posts here. I love it. That's awesome. That's fun. That makes me feel like I'm crafting. We're all together. That's what it feels like. All right. We're going to start with that card kit card, which again, one more time I show you. This is the card we're going to create. I'm going to put it to the side. The first thing we're going to do is stamp this background scene with the On the Road Heroscape stamp set included in the July card kit. I'm going to stamp it directly onto my A2 top folding white card base. So I'm going to pop it in here into my MISTI, use my magnet, hold it in place. Here's that awesome stamp set. We're going to start with this one here, the sky. So start with the sky. These stamps are so sticky, which actually is a really good thing. That means that they are quality stamps and they're really going to carry and receive that ink nicely. I always debate, should I I always get scared shifting my paper a little bit away from the edge, but it's a little easier to stamp completely off to completely stamp the front, the card front, but it makes me nervous. So I'm not going to do it. If you feel like you've got a really good hold of your card base, you can definitely move it to the side a little bit. That scares me so immensely that I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to play it safe. So if it does shift, if my card base shifts, I can always move it back into the lower right corner and everything will still be aligned. Alrighty, we are going to ink this up in Mist. And I do want to note that the instructions for every Stamp and Craft are released before the live. So if this happens to be your first one, or maybe I didn't mention it before, but for every Stamp and Craft, which we do one for every Hero Studio release, we do it about in the middle of the month, towards the end a little bit. We have, hello Cynthia, we have all the instructions, including a supply list, up on our blog that goes up a couple days before. This blog post for today's Stamp and Craft went up on Friday. So there's where you can gather all your supplies before the live and actually have them with you so you can do craft along with me. It's kind of like a whole little class. Actually, little is kind of a cutting it a little short or selling it a little short, because we typically go for about 2 hours. So little maybe not be the best, but oh, no worries, Pat. I'm glad you're here. But yeah, that's just a good resource that you can go and get all prepared before the live, and that always comes out. There's always a blog post on our Hero Arts website, on our blog, listing the instructions and the supplies. So you can, if you actually want to craft along, you can. I'm going to stamp this a couple times in Mist just to get good coverage. It's a light blue, so it does take a couple stamping in it to make it quite the intensity that I want it to be. Oh, right. See, a lot of people didn't know. I need to say that more. And I do have the link down below to the blog in the description for the YouTube video. So that's there too. You can go and find the post. But yeah, that makes it kind of fun if you do really want to actually create the exact project I'm working on along with me. Makes it a little bit easier to do that. All right, and I apologize for the state of my nails. They're very overgrown, and I had a chip yesterday, so I need to get that fixed, but that's going to be probably a couple days before I can do that. Cynthia asks, are there detailed instructions on putting the dashboard together, as I'm having trouble figuring out? Well, Cynthia, we're going to do it all together right now. And please ask your questions in the comments as we put it together and we figure it out. There's no video, I think, even the one I did. There's a video up on our Hero Arts YouTube channel for the card kit, and I do put together a dash. I did in that video go a little overboard and did more than I needed to do. Today we're going to go very simple. So today might be even a better resource. Like start with this live and then go to that edited video and watch kind of how I stepped it up a little bit. I think we did over in our Facebook group, Rachel, who's here, and Charlene we did a fun live, and I created with this kit again, and I started putting together the dash. I think I got most of the dash put together, but we'll do it together, Cynthia, and hopefully that kind of answers any of your questions. And we're going to do it in real time, obviously, so I think that's usually more helpful for people to see it in real time versus an edited video. Sometimes it's sped up, parts are cut out, so it can get a little confusing. And I know some people get confused, myself included, when I look at some of the other cards that the creative team made or other guests made with the dies. They did some creative, they took some creative approaches to the die cuts and did some little fussy cutting, and that could get a little confusing. I know I got a little confused sometimes looking at some of the samples. There's no dumb question, Barbara. Barbara asks, is the only way to get these sets is by subscribing? Yes, it is. Will they be offered later without a subscription? That is not a dumb question. That's a very good question. Some products will be offered without a subscription, but the only way to guarantee that you have these is with a subscription. Because if they sell out, then they won't necessarily go up. They will not, I should say, not necessarily. If they sell out, then they're sold out. There's no way to get these subscription products. But some subscription products, which is everything I'm showing you today, these are all the July subscriptions, the Hero Studio subscriptions. Some of them do not sell out, and those will become available on the website. But not always. So it's a tricky question to answer because I don't have a very straightforward answer for you. But I guess the best thing is if you see something you like, subscribe. You can skip. No, I don't actually know if that's true. You might have to ask about that. I think they changed that. But that is the only way to ensure that you can get a subscription. All right, so I'm going to move on to another layer. So there's only one layer for the sky. I'm going to move on to the mountains and ground. There's actually kind of 3 layers for all that. 4 if you count the road. We're going to start with this solid piece here. And I might have to get my big head in here to see. That looks pretty good. Pick that up. This is going to get stamped in sand. So a lighter, really our lightest tan. But Barbara, we do have lots of other products that aren't subscriptions. So we don't have just subscription. We have lots of other. In fact, we have a release today of 4 collections, and none of them are subscription. There's no subscription products. And tomorrow we're going to have an official Instagram hop celebrating the release of all those collections, as well as another spotlight, another live, like not exactly like this, but a live where I'll go through all 4 collections. There's a couple Christmas collections. One that, well, they're really both very amazing. One that I think is just so cool because it's got an interactive die in it. That's very easy. And then a couple other gorgeous, like coastal collections. Oh, they're so pretty. So stay tuned. If you want to see the products right now, they're already up on the Hero Arts website, so you can see them. But tomorrow is kind of like the big day, the big kind of reveal day where we have the creative team will be sharing a lot of their creations on Instagram. We'll have that again, that Instagram hop. And then I'll do a live at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. And I will share that graphic up there. When does the Halloween card kit come out? Such a great question. So I'm going to share the next card kit. We have a kitty cat visitor. The next card kit is Halloween themed, the August card kit. So I will share that at the end of this live. So at the end of every Stamp and Craft, I do share do a sneak peek, though it's, I would say, probably a little bit more than a sneak peek of the upcoming card kit. So, oops, I'm sorry, his tail's hitting the camera. And so stay tuned for that. It's Halloween themed. I'll tell you that right now. And you guys are going to love it. It's so cool. Rachel and Rosie can attest. It's an awesome, awesome kit. I'm going to stop there for stamping. And I guess Oliver is going to stay here and assist. Let's see how well we can stamp with Oliver here. Rosie says, oh, someone guessed what I was working on right now. Yeah. I figured, Rosie, that might be the case. Let me show you what I'm grabbing next. So here's the stamp set again. I just finished stamping this layer. We're going to go down to this one right here. Rosie's going to have something amazing, I'm sure. Rachel says, so excited for the Halloween goodies coming soon. Yeah, there's so many good Halloween stuff coming. So the release, I guess I never answered your question. The release will be August 1st is the official release, but you can actually start ordering the next month's kit. If you're not already a subscriber, you can order next month's card kit. I believe the 27th is when you can start ordering. And it's going to be so good. Yeah, I think so too, Rosie. They're going to be so excited. Okay, I'm just making sure I got that lined up. Oliver moved. Oliver left. But not really. He's sitting right behind me in my chair. If I could move the camera easily, I would show you him because he's just such a cute guy. He's such a sweet boy. The next color is caramel. And you know what? He didn't sit on my computer, which is, that's progress. Good job, Oliver. He usually likes to sit on my computer, and I cannot let him do that. Ooh, Rosie says I'm playing with watercolors and all the shimmery things out. Ooh. Can't wait. So fun. One of my favorite things is seeing what the creative team does with the products. It's just so fun to see everybody's different approach. It's my favorite thing. And then what you guys go on to create too. It's just, I live for that. It gets me so excited. It starts giving me more ideas for things of what I can do. And that's just the stuff I live for. I love stretching stuff and playing with it and doing fun and creative things. All right, we're going to stamp this a couple of times. Probably more than a couple. I'm kind of an over stamper. And my ink pads have had a lot of love, been well loved, and they're getting a little dry. So I do need to re-ink some of these guys. I always forget that. I always start doing live and I'm like, gosh, I really probably should have re-inked these ink pads before I started because they're not normally this dry. Okay, let's say that's done. Is the next kit fall related to brain? I got to remember. I think so. I can't remember right now at this very moment what September is. Hey, you. But yeah, I think I know what it is. It is so cute. And even Rosie and Rachel haven't seen it yet. They're going to see it very soon. Oliver, honey, you can't can't do that. You can't put your head on the camera. But it's so cute. It's like fall theme, but loosely. You guys are just going to, it's adorable. Wait till you see it. All right. Yes, you as a lover. You are a lover. Come sit in my lap. Just don't rub your head on the camera. You make it all bouncy. Oh. All right. Now we're moving on to the next one, which is this one right here. This goes in the mountains. I had a lot of people ask me, a little bit confused about where this one goes. Let me show you with the acetate. So I just removed this stamp here. It will go right there in the mountains. I have to pull it over a little bit so I can see. Oh, you're drinking my water. How rude. That was for me. Okay. I'm going to pick that up. And we're going to ink this up in Cup of Joe. And I did re-ink my Cup of Joe, so he's actually a little bit too inky. I just can't seem to get it quite right. Oh, I don't think I got the positioning on these stamps the best, but that's okay. I think they are pretty forgiving. All right, we're going to stop there. It still looks pretty good. There you go. I wish I could come up with how to paperwork when they are layered. Paperwork. I'm not sure I understand. And now we're going to do the road. So again, I didn't do the best job getting these all in the right spot, but I think it's okay. Oh, instructions. Oh. How can you just purchase the dashboard die separately at some point? Maybe, Denise, maybe. Well, never just the dashboard. It's always going to be, I believe, the dashboard with the, let me put it on camera. I believe it's because they are grouped as one die set, even though it's a massive die set. But as far as I understand right now at this point, my understanding is this is the die set. This is the Let's Go die set, and it's all of these dies. So you have, I've separated them. This is I separated them just for ease of understanding what everything was and better to communicate to you guys what everything is. But this is the dashboard dies. And then this is all the arms and legs and like accessories. So they're all, and like I said, things could change, but I believe at this point, Denise, this is one die set. So there's no way to get these dies here, these dashboard dies, these car dies separately, because I believe they're all one die set. Okay, the road's I'm gonna take a little bit more time to get this lined up. Let's see, how do we do? Okay, I lied. That was pretty easy. Hello, welcome. Hello, Olga. And this will just be stamped in black. So I'm gonna use any black would do. I'm using Hero Arts Intensified Black. Oh, that looks great. I did pretty good. Did pretty good on the road. I'll do one more time, though I don't think really needed it, but that's perfect. Oh, it looks so good. Okay, this time we're gonna stamp some of the cacti or the saguaro and the bushes. Oh, guys, a question. May I know what exactly magnetic cards do you store your dies? I use Hero Arts, and these are waffle flower. So I had some leftover waffle flower ones that's what these big guys are. And then I have some smaller ones that are Hero Arts that I store smaller die sets on. So, but I do use the large Hero Arts envelopes, this guy here, to put these die sets in. That's what I'll put them in. So the magnetic sheet is from Waffle Flower. This is Hero Arts. So not the most easiest answer. I wish it was all from Hero Arts, but I don't believe Hero Arts has dies that are magnet sheets that are quite this big. Okay. So let's hold this up so you can see. Looks so good. And again, I didn't do the best job layering aligning these exactly, but these layering stamp sets, this HeroScape stamp set is pretty forgiving, which is really nice. Sometimes layering stamp sets, and this includes HeroScapes, sometimes they are not the easiest things to align, but this one's a really easy one. Okay. Yes, Rosie, I'm glad you said that. They are so sturdy. I love them. I use them even for projects. Like if I have a project that's not quite finished, I'll tuck everything, all the little pieces and parts into these envelopes. They're great for that. Good for organizing yourself before an event. 400 pieces of die sets. Are waffle flower magnets cards available to buy? I believe so, but you'll have to check that one out. I believe so. Their dies, waffle flower is really nice because their dies, I believe, come on magnetic sheets, but you can buy them separately too, I believe. I'm going to just look real quick. Let's see if I can figure it out really quick. Because now I'm curious. You got me thinking. Well, let's see. And these magnetic sheets are old magnetic sheets from Waffle Flower, so their new ones are different. But yeah, they're big sheets, which is nice. I'm not seeing it very quick and easily. Oh, storage. Let's see. Grip mat. I don't see it. I guess not. They used to. I guess not anymore. Well, I'm sorry about that. I hate showing things that aren't available. Another option is you can purchase magnetic sheets, magnetic sheets separately too. That's another option. Maybe you guys know. Do you guys have any? What are you guys in the comments? What are your favorite ways to store your bigger die sets? Because I know you guys have some great solutions too. Okay, that's all. We're going to do the cacti now and some of these bushes here. So these are bushes. You have a couple saguaros, so we're going to stamp those. And I'm going to grab my card again to see kind of what I did. And I think I can do it better this time now that I can see where the feet are. So we're going to try to put some cacti and bushes over here and basically where they were before, because I can see where everything kind of falls now. All right, let's do the bushes first. We'll start with this little guy. Actually, I like him. He'll go over here. Well, just put it there for now. And then let's do this trio as far over to the right as we can get it. And I try to do it in the open space. So there's not as much overlapping. Jen says, I just made this. See, that's what I was thinking too, Jen, that you can kind of make your own. I just made a 6x9 magnet sheets today with chipboard. Oh, that's nice. Pattern cardstock on the back and adhesive magnet on the front. Ooh, Jen, those are going to be cute, like pretty storage. I like it. All right. These bushes are going to be inked up in field greens, which is quickly becoming one of my most favorite greens as of late. It's a little bit more on the sagey side, and I've just been loving it. Usually I'm a moss green girl, but I've been really liking this color. Stamp it a couple of times. That's a really great solution, Cynthia. So she uses the big sheets or big envelopes like this that I use too from Hero Arts, and then creates her own magnetic sheets with magnets that she bought from Amazon. Yep, that's a great solution. That's kind of what I was thinking And I'm going to actually, ironically, that this is even coming up because I just used my very last magnetic sheet that I had from Waffle Flower today to store some dies. And I'm like, I'm going to have to get some magnetic sheets now. I'm all out of my stash. So, and I was just thinking in my head, what am I going to do? And I was leaning towards what you were doing, Cynthia. Oh, vent covers. That's a great, I didn't even see your comment, Rachel. Oh yeah, those are probably really sturdy. My secret is that I buy magnetic vent covers from Home Depot and then cut them to whatever side I need. Oh, Rachel, I'm going to have to try this. Vent covers are like, vents are in your home. What Rachel's referring to is in your home, you'll have these vents for the air conditioning or the heat to come out. And then for, if you're not using heat per se, you take your vent cover and put it over to block it, and it's magnetic. So it sticks to the vent that's magnetic. Gosh, I'm doing a very terrible job explaining this, but I'm trying. But they're a home, I wouldn't say decor though, but like a home building almost like thing. Rosie also does the vent covers. They're really just strips of magnet to put over your AC vent. Yes, if you don't want air coming through. Thank you, Rachel, for explaining it so much better than I did. But yeah. So it's like you would find it at a, what would we, my brain is just not working. Like a home building store, something where you can buy building supplies and things like that. All right, now we'll grab these little cacti and position them. These are great solutions. I'm so glad you asked this question, Olga, because now I have a good answer for my problem that I'm at right now, where I'm out of magnetic sheets. Position my little sombreros. And we are going to use the green that came in the kit. Home Depot, Lowe's, yes, like those places. Maybe even Ace again, but those are all states, places in the United States. But I believe they would have that stuff. I'm seriously going to go get some. Maybe not today, but maybe today. Because I bet they're really sturdy. That's my only complaint about these Waffle Flower ones. They're a little bit flimsy. But like if you do the chipboard, like who said that? Jen said? I think Jen said, yeah, the chipboard. That's a good idea too. All right, so I'm just going to ink these up in the green ink that came in that comes in the card kit. This is Pine. Really pretty dark green. And I did it. I got inky fingers. Okay. And that's it. Look at how cute they look. Look at those cactus and bushes. And we could stamp more. Definitely would be nice to have some here. But since the feet are probably going to go there, I'm not even going to bother. But there's our scene. So cute. I didn't even stamp a sun, but you could. Again, this scene gets kind of filled up with our die cuts, so I didn't bother stamping a sun or anything. And it looks like I'm a little bit lower. So, oops, but that's okay. It'll be fine. I stamped everything a little bit lower in the horizon. We might, whatever. We'll just see how it works. It'll be fine. I probably should have had the sky up higher. It's okay. All right, let's move on to starting to die cut now. Now we're just going to get all these pieces. I really haven't done much die cut. I did a tiny bit of die cutting before the live started, so I have a little bit prepared, but most of it we're going to do together. So Again, this is a great resource, this live, for if you are a little confused on how to put this dash together. So these are all the components for the dash. You have your base here. So, and this is like the actual interior of the car. You have these two seats. This is your cup holder, stick shift, and then you have vents, like a radio dial. This is like the stereo. This down here is a little compartment, an open like shelf, glove box, steering wheel. Here's the steering wheel layer that goes on top. And basically all these dies, except for the rear view mirror, all these dies will be kind of layered over this base of the interior to add a little bit more dimension and put some different colors in there. So we have the vents. There's two layers for the vents. That goes right here, and we'll do those together. This is the stereo, goes down here. We have knobs, a little opening for the cassette. This is the radio. There's three parts for that. Again, right here, handle for the glove compartment. These are all the parts for the stick shift. This is a little detail for the, what do you call that? Cup holder. And yeah, that's basically everything, and the rear view mirror. So let's put this together. I'm gonna start with the base. And I'm gonna die cut mine out of Anchor, a very dark gray cardstock. Let me grab it. It fits perfectly with an A2 across the bottom. So it's 4 1/4 across. So I'm just gonna line it up. So I waste as little as possible. I'll tape it just to be extra safe so it doesn't shift on me. Do I have to cut anything else out of this gray? So I did have on the original card this cassette cut out of gray, but I think it gets too lost. So I'm going to go a little bit rogue from this original card and change that cassette to black. But really, besides that, everything, the only thing that's cut out of gray or this dark gray cardstock is the actual base interior here. So I'm going to die cut this. Sorry. Oliver's like at the end of my die cutting machine. He's just going to get a little bit annoyed with me because I'm going to keep bumping him and bumping his booty with my plates here. But dude, you know how it works. You've been here long enough. All right, so that's the base. And we're going to keep it pretty simple, but a lot of videos and creators did some additional fussy cutting of this base to kind of do some of these different elements, like the seats a different color, made this part here where your feet would go darker. So you can step this up even more if you want to, or you can keep it simple. We're keeping it more simple today, but I still think that interior looks so cool when we even keep it simple. All right. It's covering up our cactus. I might end up trimming this down a little bit just because I probably should have paid closer attention to the fact that my sky was shorter. So what we'll end up doing is cutting I give two choices. I can cut this, or I can remove this card front, the panel, trim it, and then stick it to another card front. But I think I'll just cut the interior, but we'll see. I don't want to lose the stick shift. That's the only thing. I don't want to lose too much of the stick shift because I like the way it looks. But we'll adjust. Okay, so I did actually die cut a lot of the black parts already. So I did do that off camera. I die cut the steering wheel. Let's see if I can get it out. Steering wheel, the vents, the base for the vents. So there's two layers for the vents. I use this one right here to die cut the base. And then this one that die cuts we'll do next, which die cuts all the little detail layer on the vents. But I'm going to put all these pieces here. You can see what I cut. And these are the wrong way. They're slightly wider at the top. The angled side is it goes out here and here, angled a little bit. And you can kind of see the impression on the die cut where it goes. We have the radio next. And there's a little border on that, intentional. Let's see if I can hold up so you can see. It doesn't go all the way to the frame. Let's see if I can get that on camera. You guys can see I'm having a hard time getting it, but there's going to be a little border. It doesn't go completely to the cut edge. And then we have our dials for our stereo, which we haven't cut out yet. The cassette opening for the stereo. And I have a couple things cut out for the stick shift, these two elements here and here. And that's about it. The other things are our sunglasses, which we'll get to later. Sunglasses and cassette. And again, I decided I wanted the cassette to be black instead. So those are our parts. But we're not ready to put it together. I want to cut out the light gray pieces now, which is here, these parts of the vent, stereo, the stick shift. Oh, I just realized that the what is it called? Rearview mirror base is cut out of the dark gray, but we'll stick with the light gray for right now. The handle on the glove compartment and this little detail in the cup holder. So we're gonna grab the handle for the glove compartment. Let me grab my light gray cardstock. This is a very light gray. It's almost white. It's fog. The handle down there. We're going to grab the vents. This one here looks like this with a bunch of little, it'll end up cutting a bunch of little die cuts. And then we have the stereo. And then this part of the stick shift. And what else? The last thing is the little detail on the cup holder. So 5 dies in total, cut out of that light gray. Now I think the trickiest part of assembling this is the vents, the detail layers, which were just cut out right now because they look so similar. So if you're lucky and I would suggest keeping them in the negative space because that's how everything is lined up till you're ready to glue them down. First, we're going to get rid of all these die cuts. We'll take care of those in a second. I'm going to use a piece of tape. Just kind of hold everything, all of them in place, hopefully. I'm going to be careful. It's not going to be the easiest thing to get this off. Oh, it did come off pretty easy. Oh, well, take it back. And now all of those are still in place where they should go. And I can pop them out when I'm ready to actually adhere them onto the base. I think that's the trickiest part. We'll start pulling off all these other die cuts, the cup. And we're just about ready to kind of start gluing things together. I forgot to do that piece too. Darn it. Darn it. I completely forgot about I'm forgetting about the rearview mirror. So we'll do those and do the mirror now, and then we'll start putting everything together. Actually, we'll do the mirror next, at last. Let's start putting some of this together. Just put the dies. Because I always get nervous when I have a bunch of little die cuts sitting around and I'm going to lose them. So let's start putting this together. What's the best way to put everything? Let's do that for now. All right, grab my liquid glue. And I'll start just by gluing the steering wheel just because it's there. And first thing I grabbed. It just gets adhered right down. There's a slight impression in the die cut so you know where to kind of line it up. box those off for a second. There we go. Let's move on to the vents. I'm going to add glue right to the impression on the base and glue those in. Now we'll do the kind of the radio dial part. Let's cut out a black. Stick that down. And the stereo is the light gray base. Let's stick that down. This way. Not that it really matters, but this is the way it lines up. Coming along. Then let's move on to the stick shift. We'll start with adding some glue, and I'll start with this piece here, like the bottom part. Then we'll move on to the fog, the light gray piece. He goes right inside. He gets nestled right inside there. And then we have this last black little handle detail part that goes on top. There we go. Now we'll do the cup holder parts. Pop those in. And again, there's a little impression or a little debossed area that indicates where it should go. Okay. And last, we have a handle here. The glove box. Again, there's a little impression on this interior die cut. Shows you kind of where that little handle goes. And now we have the details on the stereo. So I have two dials or knobs and that opening for the cassette. I'll start with that. I'm just actually going to add glue to all those parts. Start sticking them down. Oh, I didn't think about that. Denise, that's really, I didn't even think about that. That's so true. Not everybody has the steering wheel on the left side. Do we? Yeah. You could flip it over. You could flip the die cut over. The only thing is you won't have all these things being as prominent, like the cuts, but that's where you can do, unfortunately, fussy cutting, but you could do some fussy cutting for some of this, just cutting it out of different colored cardstock to make it pop a little bit, but you could do it. It's not the easiest, but you could do that. That's exactly what I was thinking too. Yes. And Heather's here. Hi, Heather. Okay, so that's all done. And I'm going to go ahead and now remove the tape here. And I'm going to pull them one out at a time. Oops. Okay. Well, 2 came out. And just lining them up, starting off at the bottom. Let's see if I can put these here so you can see a little better what stage I'm at. This one's the next one. And again, there's a little debossed impression on the die cut. So it makes it easy to know where these layers go. If you don't know, Heather's our creative director, and she's amazing. And she's the reason why we have such incredible designs at Hero Arts. Her and the rest of the design team. So yay to Heather, because she's the reason why we get to have so much fun. All right, and pop out. Continue to pop these out one at a time so I don't get mixed up, because I get mixed up. And it doesn't matter so much that these all line up exactly, but if you are a little bit crazy like me and you like it to be just perfect, this is a helpful trick, just using that tape to kind of keep them in the negative space so you can adhere them one at a time and not get lost on which one goes where. And look at how good it looks. Oh, it looks so good once you glue those little vent pieces in. Now work on the other side. Pull that back. There we go. And again, just doing one at a time. There we go. Oh, I wish I could hear you, Rosie. I know you're working hard. She's like, she doesn't have time to type. All right, just plugging along here. And then we get to do, after we get the interior done, which we're almost there, we get to do the fun part, or at least the part I get really excited about, which is starting to create a little narrative for our scene with our people. That's really what's, is adding the life and the story to our scene. So that's the part I get excited about. And I had so much fun. I maybe should grab some of the other cards that I did. I have so much fun playing with where their hands were and where they were pointing. And, I really enjoyed that. I got such a kick out of that. And I really felt like each one of my cards, at least to me, were like, this is the card where they're pointing out at something. I had a story. I mean, I was creating my own little narratives for each of my cards. This one, she's just sitting back, listening to the music, because I had a lot of fun of creating my own little stories with the hands. All right, that's the last one. Look at how cute. Oh, I lost a knob. Where'd it go? That's probably what Rosie and Heather are like saying, Shannon, you lost a knob, or you forgot to glue it down. There we go. Stick that back down there. Oh my gosh, look at how cute. And this card, I'm not using any of the specialty paper, but there was a specialty paper included of some mirrored cardstock, some mirrored silver cardstock that was included in the card kit. That it is a really great fun kind of component to add, especially for like why my brain cannot remember that rear view mirror. All right, let's make that rear view mirror now. Speaking of that, we do have another couple pieces to add to the dial for the radio, or this is where I realize, you guys probably have already realized this because I probably have already been calling all these things the wrong names, but I don't know what anything's called. Did you see Scott Pegg's video? I haven't seen it yet. What did he do? And this, oh my gosh, a Thelma and Louise. Brilliant. Okay, I've got to go see that. Scott's amazing. He's got such a creative approach, and I have to see that. Thelma and Louise is brilliant. That is brilliant. I love that idea so much. See what I mean? It's so fun to see what people come up with. It gets me so excited. All right, we're going to cut out. There's 2 layers for the rear view mirror. Gosh. We have the base layer here, which is just a little bit larger. We're going to cut that out of the darker charcoal, or anchor. It's technically cardstock. And then there's this teeny tiny little dial here. That's going to go on the radio. We're going to cut that out too. It's this little piece right here. The end scene of the drive, like, that is hilarious. That is so good. Oh no, I dropped something. That's scary. What fell on the ground? What die fell on the ground? Oh no. What am I missing? What am I missing? Something fell. I heard it ting. I don't see it. Oh dear. That's scary. Well, we'll figure out what that is later. It wasn't my teeny tiny little die though. I don't know what I did. We'll figure that out later. That's Shannon's problem after the live. Hopefully I don't need it. All right, put that die back. I do not know what fell. I feel like I have all my dies here. That's what's so weird to me. I have all my dies. I'm perplexed. I'll have to figure that out later. And maybe it wasn't even a die. Let's hope that's what it wasn't even a die. But I just kind of cleaned everything up. All right, now the next, but before we lose it, let's get that little piece. I'm going to pop it in here, that little dial piece. Pop that in there. This guy here gets cut out of the fog, and I think that's the last thing for the interior. Cat should point it out. Yeah, right. Get to work, Oliver. Stop sleeping. I need you to find my missing die. His sister V will find it for me. That's definitely who the one will find it for me. And she will then instantly lose it for me again. All right. Let's finish up this interior and then we get to create our scene. Get to add all the fun parts. Grab this. Oh, one more thing. The green. I forgot about that. And we're going to use fern, which kind of matches the pine. That's why I picked it. Darker green. That's my little trick. I sometimes will maybe not color parts of the car the way that is expected or typical in real life, just because I'm taking into account the palette of my card. And so don't be afraid to kind of make things maybe not the color they are in real life. Maybe try to incorporate parts of your scene when you're not sure what to color stuff. I like to have like a more limited palette, not a huge, huge palette. Otherwise it gets a little too busy. All right, we'll start by gluing this. Let's get my Hero Arts tweezers. They just hold things better. That's more like it. Tap off some of the excess and stick this down. There is even a mark on this die cut here where this piece goes as a guide. Okay, then let's do that little dial, I guess. Again, not sure what all these elements are called. Pick it up, stick it down. All right. And that's it. This guy is done. The interior is done. We're not going to stick him down yet. Let's quickly do the rear view mirror. And then we're on to the fun part, which is filling the scene with our people and our accessories. At least the part that I really get a kick out of. All right. I've already die cut the cassette out of black and the interior for the sunglasses out of black. But the rest we have to do. So let's start with the arm and legs and other arm. So we're moving away from this part of the Let's Go die set. And we're going to move on to this part here. And again, I just separated them this way because it was a little easier for my mind. And I think it communicates better to you guys what things are. So we're going to start with this girl here, or a person here. And so this base is actually going to be her skin tone. So we'll cut that out. And she has one arm pointing. So we're going to cut that out of Acorn, a beautiful brown cardstock. Through. Cynthia says, I have an expandable magnetic stick that, ooh, that's incredible. I need that too. Can I find that at Home Depot or Lowe's? Because I would need that as well. Put that back. Let's do our other arm, which is this one here, holding the steering wheel. I used fawn, which is kind of like a tan. Do I not have enough fawn? We got this one here. Use fawn. And you know what? Since we got the fawn out, we'll cut the cozy kind of for the coffee cup. So that guy right here as well. Just as we got it out, might as well cut it all at once if we can. I'll put that back there. Yes, you can. All right. See, now I definitely got to go to Lowe's now and get all my stuff. Okay. There's our arm, our little cozy. Where are you? There we go. I think I can part with this scrap. I think that's as much as I can get out of that. That was a little hard for me to do, if I'm being very honest. Especially because that fawn color. I really like that color. I use it a lot. All right. Let's start moving on to, I'm going to put the cup cozy over here for now. Let's start moving on to like her clothing. So we'll do the base. I actually die cut this out of a darker teal, which is waterfall right here. And we're going to die cut the sunglasses too. Let me hold this up so you can see. It's a mechanics tool. Well, thank you, Rosie. I did not know that. Okay, so the sunglasses, I did kind of like 2 layers. I had a hard time focusing. And I made the back part of the sunglasses this waterfall color. So a little bit darker. So for that is this die right here. Oh, thanks, Rachel. It's coming together. It's coming together. Honestly, all the products do all the heavy lifting. I'm it's the fun part where I'm just putting it together. All right. So the base for the pants, and then we'll do the cuff next. Put that there. And then the sunglasses. I'm going to keep all my little die cuts in my little trivet dish here. Then we'll move on to, oh, and you know what? I think I'm gonna say adios to that piece. Now we'll move on to this cuff for the pants, and I chose to go a little bit lighter. And I'm going to use Seaside, just a light teal. And again, sunglasses get cut out of this teal as well. And we're going to cut out this frame die, like the detail layer for the sunglasses, which, by the way, is that I also die cut earlier out of black to make the lenses black. So I did die cut this twice, once out of the light Seaside teal, which I realize right now is not on camera. And then also out of black. I just kept the lenses though, because we'll pop those in. And there's lots of ways to do this, different approaches to the sunglasses. This is just the way I did it. There's not really a right way or a wrong way. As long as it turns out the way you like it, and that way works. Okay. Diet Coke. Oh my gosh, that sounds really good. I don't need Diet Coke, but I do have a Coke Zero. And now I want it desperately. I need, where's like my assistant? Where's my assistant when I need it? Need one. Diet Coke me, please. I'm here and my kids are not home, so they can't even help me. But they're usually off in their rooms when I'm doing a live anyway, so I wouldn't be able to get them even to help me without having to yell. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. All right, protect that in there. It's so cute, Denise. You really do. It's so fun. All right, and let's do the shoes, and then we'll put her together. So we have 2 layers for the shoes, the base, and the laces. And you guys, there's so many fun things you could be doing with this. Again, I'm keeping it so simple, but Jeannie from our creative team did some coloring on these die cuts. And by the way, the shoes are cut out of a cream, a really light cream, which is alabaster. So I'll do that first, and then I'll do the laces out of white. But Jeannie was coloring these die cuts, and you could, even if you don't feel great about coloring. Oh, hi, Lee. You can, what's the word? Ink blend on these too. So that's another approach to adding a little bit more dimension and depth. You could fussy cut, which I kind of already mentioned, some of the more layers out if you want more details. Because a lot of these die cuts these portions here could be cut out very easy. Just a couple little snips. And like, let's say you wanted black and white shoes, you cut the shoes out of white, and then you could cut them out of black, and then just simply snip these portions, fussy cut them away, which is, again, very easy because they're practically cut already for you. Snip it off, and then adhere it to the shoes to create shoes with more patterns and colors, or, you know, more personalize the shoes a little bit. That's what gets me so excited. It's like all these fun little teeny things you can do to change them. This kit was so fun, right? The card kit this month was so fun. Very unique, and I I have just a unique theme, which is great. We always like having something a little bit different, and lots of endless possibilities. I don't know if you guys got to see my card. I made a card during the Craft Lounge. I'll have to grab that. So I mentioned earlier, Craft Lounge was a live I did over on the, well, I didn't do it by myself. I had amazing help. Charlene and Rachel joined me, and they created some awesome cards. They're from our creative team. Oops. It's though only available to watch on our Facebook group, which is the Hero Arts Collective. So if you're not a member of the Facebook group, definitely check it out, because that's like a live just over there. And it was more casual, very fun. I really enjoyed that live, that Craft Lounge. And we created with, again, the July card kit. And I used well, not just the July card kit. We created with the whole July Hero Studio. I happened to use the card kit. And I had this idea and a while, and I just hadn't had a chance to sit down and do it, where I actually took this Heroscape and combined it with an older Heroscape to create a different scene for the windshield. And it was so fun to do. And I'll have to bring the card over here so you can see, but you can actually see how I did that during the live. Scott did great shading on these. See, Cynthia, like awesome. The totally different. That's what's so cool is like if you really wanted to like go in and like make this more real, more like heighten the realism, you can. But again, like what I'm doing today, keeping it more simple, I think it looks really good too. But I love seeing how people kind of step things up. It's just so fun and exciting. All right, I lost my shoes. Here they are. Let's put them together. Popped out those laces that I cut out of white. Oh, thanks, Rachel. I had just a lot of fun making that one. And that one I did play a little bit more like I'm just saying right now. I played a little bit more with fussy cutting different things out a little more. So that my car interior looked a little different. And I'll grab that. So the shoes, her feet are up. So the tassels of the laces should be kind of hanging down. Are there tassels? They're tassels, right? I don't know. Right now, we're calling them tassels. There we go. So it should look like that. Look at how cute they are. So cute. All right, let's put these together. Let's put her cuffs now on her pants. There you go. And we're going to put her pants. I'm just using it for reference on there. I don't have to be all the way down here, but I think I moved it up a little bit higher. And I think I definitely have to move these pants up a little higher because I know I'm going to have to cut some off. And I want them as visible as I can. As much of this cute teal color showing as possible before it looks like it doesn't work. And I think that's good. I think that's as much pulled up as I can get before it starts not looking correct. And then we'll glue this down. All right, we're chugging along. And I got so excited and chit-chatting that I wasn't die cutting efficiently, so I missed the cup and the lid. So let's do those right now. The lid of the coffee cup is out of white, so we'll put our white back on there. The alabaster, that cream, I use that for the actual coffee cup. So put that on there. I cut those real quick and put that coffee cup together since we have the cozy part already done. Cozy. Okay, we'll put the cup down here, back. We want that. We don't want the die. We're done with the die. Okay, let's put our 3 pieces together for our coffee cup. There we go. And again, these could be whatever colors you want them. You can have a lot of fun with this. If there's like, you know, a place that you like to go, your favorite place to get coffee, you could make this look like that, like it came from there. So I have to ask, I'm curious. I am a hot coffee girl, and I know that probably makes no sense since I'm in Arizona, but what are you guys? How are you guys? What's your favorite way to have coffee? Hot or iced? Or even fancier than that? I'm curious. All right, that's pretty much done. This arm now gets a sleeve, so let's cut that out. There's 2 parts for the sleeve. That's the piece that fell. But how? How did I lose it? No. I need my magnetic stick now. We might have to live without that piece until I find it later. Mindy's here. Hi, Mindy. Hot. Mindy's a hot coffee girl. I'm surprised. Mindy's just so cool. I feel like you're cooler if you like iced coffee. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I don't know. Just the cool kids are drinking the iced coffee. I'm not cool. I like my hot coffee. Mostly hot, but sometimes iced. Okay, we have a lot of hot coffee drinkers. Oh, good. I'm in good company then. Oh, okay. We cut out the sleeve. Now we're going to cut out, since I got the yellow, and this, by the way, is beeswax. We're going to cut out the dice. So the detail layer for the dice is out of beeswax. I'm going to cut that now. These hanging fuzzy dice are so cute. I wanted to make them pink so bad, but I didn't quite make a card that had that palette where I felt like that made sense. Oh, I'm devastated I dropped that die. I don't see it. But at least I guess I figured out the mystery of what it was. All right, put that there. Getting all our pieces here. Chugging along. I'm going to stick those in there so I don't lose them. All right. Moving right along. Put all these scraps behind me. It's my really high-tech method. Oh, you know what? And I realized we didn't cut a string either for the... Oops. We're not quite done with this. We'll do that in a second. Let's focus on the dice. One thing at a time, Shannon. One thing at a time. Okay. So the little cuff here, a little detail on the sleeve, which this is the die I unfortunately dropped on the floor and I can't find. I cut out of Tuscan cardstock, a darker yellow, which is also the base for this dice, these hanging dice. So I can cut that out at least. I didn't drop that die. Put the sleeve back. You're not out of date to me, Mindy. Not to me. All right, we'll pull that out. There we go. And moving along, what are we doing now? Let's put that dice together. Let's just, keep thinking. I mean, we have all the stuff for the sunglasses too. Let's do both those, sunglasses and the dice. I'm just getting them all done. Let's pull out these little negative pieces. Let's see, can we get them this way? Usually I have to use my Misty. Let's use it. Usually if I have little pieces, especially if I have a lot, I may not do it for this normally, but I want to show you guys this trick. Use the foam of my Misty and run it over, and just a little couple runs, they all kind of pop out. See, look at that, so easy. If I try to do it on the table, which you kind of saw me do, just doesn't quite work as good. Oh, that one did work pretty good. But I flip it over so the back side's facing up and just rub over. And that helps so much to get those little pieces out fast and easy. And we'll clean those up another day. I don't know. What do you guys just throw your little die cut pieces on the ground? Oop, this is ink got kind of dirty. Why is it dirty? Did I do something? My dice is dirty. I'm not sure. Maybe I ended up touching it. It's not dirty enough that I'm worried about. I'm just going to go for it. Maybe I put it in my Misty and it was inky there. Maybe that's what happened. Like I said, it's not messed up enough. I'll show it to the camera. It got a little inky or something. Maybe I touched my lip and it has now lipstick on it. I don't know. But it's not that bad that I feel like I need to do it over again. This goes like this. The 4 is on the top. There we go. See, I got a little dirty. It almost looks like it's shadow, so we're fine. Oh, it's gonna bug me. It's not fine. I have to fix it. Let's take it off. I just have to. Now that I see it, it's like I hate it. All right, let's take it off. Gotta cut one more because it's dirty. Where's my... Here we go. Sorry, guys. But it's just gonna bug me. Okay, let's do this as quick as I can. Whew. Then we'll put those sunglasses together. Oh, good, I cut it out. All right, and we'll just glue this piece back on. Oh, it might be from the brown ink. Thinking like, how did I get it dirty? It's when I stamped, I did stamp with my Misty. I have to always worry about that over stamping. Well, that's so much better. Okay, that's done. Cup's done, sunglasses, here we go. I'm gonna glue the frame onto the base. Let's pick this up. There we go. Look how cute they are. They're so cute. And then we'll pop in the lenses. Glue, glue. And let's see. I think that goes in there. If they don't fit, we'll try the other hole, the other spot. Ah! Fits. Cute. Looks like real sunglasses. So adorable. All right. We have our cassette left to do. Our air freshener. Isn't that cute? And then we're done. Sentiment, and then we're done. Awesome. Okay, let's do the cassette real quick. I've grabbed a darker brown for kind of the tape is what I'm thinking, the cassette tape. There's one little piece. This right here goes with the cassette. That one right there. Pull that off. Cut that out of the dark brown. You could definitely have fun with different colors. Cassettes came in lots of colors. Not just brown or gray and black. Pop out this piece. There we go. Put that back. All I'm going to do is just have this frame piece, not keeping anything else. But you could, again, die cut this out of several colored cardstocks, make different parts of it, different colors. So cute. It's seriously the cutest. So adorable. Don't know why I love that so much, but I do. And moving on to the air freshener, last part. Let's do both at once. Let's cut out the tree out of fern, and this hanging part gets cut out of fawn, fern and fawn. Put that there. There we go. And that, we're basically done with this card. Besides gluing everything together, we do have a sentiment. Pretty much all of our die cutting is done. Let's start putting things together. What do we have to put together? I'm going to start by adhering. First, I have the sleeve to put on. I didn't do that yet, so let's put that on. Fits right over their arm. And I'm going to start adhering. Let's put all our accessories off to the side for a second. You can glue, and I think I'm going to, put a little bit of glue on the string for the air freshener and stick that together. Like so. Put that aside. Cassette aside. And let's glue the people to the dash. So if I line it up with the bottom of the card front, this is how much is covered up. And I really don't want to cover up my cactus. So I'm going to end up cutting her down a little bit. I'm just seeing, okay. No, we don't want any, I shouldn't have put any glue on the back of the shoes because they hang off. I always forget that. Put that. Glue her down. And we'll glue this arm down. And then again, you could be really having fun and playing with the position of everything. More. Keep it a little bit more simple. There you go. And then we'll have her arm reaching over, pointing out the window, because I just love that. She's like, hey, look at that. Cute. Now all the overhang gets trimmed off. Grab my scissors. And you know what? Maybe we'll put down the cup and some of the sunglasses. Let's put down the cup, sunglasses, and cassette real quick, because those might end up being trimmed off too. I have everything kind of sitting in her lap. I could change things. Oh, the cup is behind here. Better glue that fast. I think I could still tuck it back in behind. Yeah. I can cut off that little bit. We'll put the cassette in her lap. And her sunglasses. which could be so cute sticking in that little compartment down there. Oh, I want to do that so bad. Can I do that? We're going divergent from the original card. I want to. I'm going to. Once I realized what that was, I'm like, that's so cool. I'm going to use my craft knife to do this. So we're going again rogue a little bit. I want to put it in there. I think it'll balance things out a little bit and just will look so cute. So I'm going to just cut this right along the bottom of the stereo. Oops, let's try that again. I didn't do the best job cutting that, but I think we'll be okay. We can hide it with the sunglasses. So just made a little slit there. And then I can tuck the sunglasses in. So they look like they're sticking out. Look at how cute that is of that little compartment. Love it. Now I can cut off all the overhang. Grab my scissors. You know, I'm just realizing I don't need to do that since I'm having this cut off here too. All right. We'll cut the overhang on the side. So what I just realized is since I am cutting this dash down a little bit at the bottom, I can just do it all in one go instead of cutting these and then cutting it again. So it's lining up where I want it to go. Think about there. I'm going to use a piece of tape to hold everything in place. Let's use this. Flip it over. And that's what I need to cut off. Perfect. That's all excess. Remove this. And that's great. I love it. So I'm going to foam adhesive to the back side. Get a little bit of dimension. Let's grab some pieces here, some strips. Definitely could use wider strips, but this is just the first thing I grab. Do I have anything wider? I do. Let's use some wider strips, save a little bit of time. Okay, we're going to stick that down to the card front. This, of course, could just be glued down. You don't have to pop it up, but I love adding a little bit of dimension. And I definitely want to pop up the rearview mirror, and this kind of balances everything out a little bit more. Having this popped up as well. Okay. There we go. Looking good, though I did not get that lined up. Okay, could look better. Let's see if I can fix it without damaging everything. I should have stood up. That was my problem. I can't center anything unless I stand up. I didn't quite get it centered. Dying. That's some sticky foam tape. Oh, jeez Louise. Try again. There we go. All right. That's better. All right, moving on. Next, we have the river mirror that gets some foam adhesive as well. Let's grab our pieces. Okay, sure. Sure, we can do 2 at once. Sure. So you can have them hanging in front. Probably not very safe though. How do they hang? Can they hang in front? Kind of like the way they look hanging in front. This one can go behind. It has a little loop in it, so it can kind of go around like so. Let's remove the backing on this. Again, I'm going to do a little different. I had him hanging behind. This time I have him hanging in front. Just think that looks kind of cool. I don't know. Probably not safe though. Probably safer if they're hanging behind. Oh, this one should go around. Now that I'm looking at it, it should go around. Okay, then we'll do this guy. I think I need a little dab of glue, and we're just going to glue it together. Like that. Perfect. And then I'll add the dice. I never wait long enough for glue to dry. Just so impatient. And I think these need some foam adhesive to hold them down. So we'll add a little strip to the back side of them. And then the last thing we have to do, we are home stretch here, is the sentiment. Great. Look at that. So cute. Okay. Finish up with our sentiment. We're going to stamp it really quick on some white cardstock. And once I get that sentiment down, hold it up better. I know I just flashed it, but I feel like I'm going slow. Fussed a little too much. I have a tendency to do. Okay. There's so many great sentiments in this set. I think the original card, I did take it slow. And you know what? I really like that. I think I'm going to do that again. I think that's a great philosophy. Slow down, savor the moment as I speed through this. That's nice, Rosie. Sometimes I just get like, oh, that feels painfully long. Like it just took too long. And I know it's me just being like kind of a perfectionist or a little fussy. Just stamping in black ink. And the best thing is there are coordinating dies for these sentiments. So it's going to be super easy to cut this out. Perfect. Move this behind. Grab our stamp set. Threw on the floor. I am sad I lost that cute little sleeve or cuff for the sleeve. I'll have to find that after the live. I don't want to waste any more time trying to look for it, but I am bummed about that. So these are the dies that coordinate with the On the Road Heroscape. So this guy right here. So you do have dies for the actual landscape. Cut out the top of the sky, the bottom of the road, or even the mountains. So that's really cool. But of course, and there's dies for the sun and the moon. So that's neat too. I love that because sometimes if you have a really dark sky, you can't really stamp the sun or the moon on it and it be visible. So I love that that's an option to die cut it out, because now you can have like a really dark sky. You can really change the whole feel. This could be a scene that's at night or scene at sunset, and you can still have a sun and moon if you choose. You can just die cut it out. So that's great. We are going to die cut. We need this die for the sentiment. I'm going to line that up. A couple pieces of tape here. Oh my goodness. I can't grab anything. My nails have just gotten too long. Terrible, terrible. And now I'm no longer a functioning human. I no longer have functioning hands. There we go. Just so silly. Nails are so silly. All right, we're going to die cut that out. Sorry, Oliver. I'm coming toward you. I wish I had on screen him. He's just like, ugh, as the plates come close to him. Sorry. Of course he doesn't move. He doesn't move. He's not that inconvenienced that he'll move. He'll just kind of take it and then go back to sleep. Where are my tweezers? Where are my tweezers? There they are. See, not functioning. I need tweezers. All right, how do we do? Oh, it cut out perfect. So good. Love, 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 love. That looks so clean and professional. Yay. Okay, put this away. Down there. And I can put that away. I can put the stamp set away. Okay. And I place this just right over her arm, like so. A little bit of foam adhesive. Again, popping it up. And remove the backing, and we'll have this card done. So cute. So fun. Love this. Just a little bit different than the original because I stamped the sky a little bit lower than I did the original. But I love both. Both are very cool. Changed kind of some of the positioning of some of the die cuts, but pretty similar. Very fun. Love, love, love this July card kit. So good. Okay, let's move on. Real quick before I move on, I'm going to run over and grab the card I made during Craft Lounge, which again, you can watch over on the Hero Arts Facebook group. It's called Hero Arts Collective. And that you can see live with Rachel, who's here in the comments, Charlene. Okay. So here's the card I made in that live where I took a different Heroscape, combined it with this Heroscape. So that's what the mountains and the road are from. Just did a little bit of masking. Actually, the sky is also from this Heroscape. And changed the scene just with an older Heroscape set. Isn't that so cool? Good evening, Catherine. Hi, friend. It's so nice to see you. But yeah, really cool. And I totally copied Nicole. She colored the nails. And I was like, well, I got to do that. Got to do that. So that's a fun idea too. But yeah, very, very cool. So you can see me make this in that live over on Hero Arts. And you can see also how I did this interior. See where the feet are? It's a little darker, different than this. Watch the live and you'll see how I did that. Very easy to do. Super easy. But another fun way to just kind of change it. And this one I just had just one person. She's just listening to her. She's the one just listening to her cassettes. She's listening to Bonnie Raitt. She's listening to Bonnie Raitt or Tracy Chapman on the road, having a wonderful, wonderful drive. Okay. Moving on. We're on to card number 2, which is that awesome cassette taped card, which I'm not sure where I put the OG one. Where'd he go? Where is he? I kind of need that just to show you. Well, one, I need it to refer. Well, let's try the die set. I got the die set here. So this is the July die set of the month, which is this awesome cassette. It's called Mixtape. What did I do? Everything gets crazy so fast. Let's see. It must be. I found it. So this is the card we're creating. And very simple, not even that much die cutting. One thing I want to point out that Heather showed me and I didn't realize, and maybe we can even do on this card if it makes sense. Let's grab the rest of the July stamp and cut of the month. Here it is. This guy here. You can actually, and as well as the sentiments, but these can be used as well as the Heroscape or sentiments on the Heroscape. Here it is. You can stamp these on the cassettes. So I could do like, you're the best. I miss you. I'm wondering, does it make any sense? Hey there. Hey there. Hello. Thank you for being a friend. And you could even do the take it slow. Oh, I love the way these look on there. Just keep going. Go your own way. Fleetwood Mac, right? Maybe they're listening to Fleetwood Mac. You saw Tracy Chapman? I am envious. That's awesome. She's amazing. Amazing. So good. All right, we'll start simple. We'll just I'm getting carried away. Let's start by die cutting out these cassettes. I've already die cut one, but let's die cut another one. Starting off with the black base. And again, these could be different colors. I made the label part different colors, but the cassettes themselves could be different colors. In fact, Natasha Polite from our creative team made a stunning card where she had the cassettes all different colors. I love it so much. So have fun with it. It's a great set. Okay, so we'll cut out 2 cassette tapes out of black cardstock. There we go. These little pieces in here pop out. And these little guys down here pop out as well. There's 4 little pieces there that pop out. They're little negative pieces at the bottom. So that's what the cassette, whoops. That is what the cassette looks like when you've got all the pieces cut out. Moving on. Put those in the trash. Let's cut out the dark gray, which again is the anchor that I use for kind of those reels right there. And these little screws, I guess. Fasteners or something. That is this die here. And this one here at the 4. I love how this cuts out all 4 of them at once. Grab a scrap. That dark gray. I'm actually going to go see Bonnie Raitt in concert for the first time ever in September. And I'm going to go see her in the Red Rocks. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I've always wanted to see a concert at the Red Rocks in Colorado, and I'm so excited. That's going to be Bonnie Raitt. Okay. Let's open this. Get these guys out. I have to do this twice because I have 2 cassettes. We're going to grab our little dish here, put our die cuts in till we're ready to glue them down. There we go. Blast. Stay in there, you. Where did he go? He flew away. I'm not sure. I lost a screw or a fastener or whatever. We'll have to cut it twice, which not something I'm mad about because it's always nice to have extra. They are tiny and they do kind of vanish. So we'll end up cutting that 3 times in total, unless I somehow find it in between. I'm so excited, Cheryl. It's going to be so pretty. I've always wanted to see a concert there. It just looks so beautiful. And it was kind of a gift to my mom. So for Mother's Day / birthday, kind of it's a big gift. So it's a gift for multiple things, but because we have to fly there to go see it, but it's going to be so fun. It's going to be such a great concert. I'm really excited. Okay. There's one here, but we're going to die cut these one more time because I think I lost one. So just to be safe. Die cut it one more time, then we have extras. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and glue these down. Oh, I think I found my one I lost. Well, that's always how it goes, right? Once you've given up, that's when you find it. We're going to glue these pieces down. Let's grab my tweezers. Start with these kind of real pieces. Pop out that center part. We don't need him. And my glue is closed up here. Ah, no! Danger, danger, more danger. Okay. Jeez. See, now I've got a song stuck in my head. I gotta not sing. Don't need to let you guys suffer through that. Okay. Pop out that negative piece. You know, I really should be doing my glue trick. Which isn't really what I'm doing over here on the right. That's just happening because I had an explosion of glue. I think we can pick up that bit of glue here with the glue eraser, and then it'll be like nothing happened. To do my glue trick, I need a piece of scrap paper. What do I got in here? This should not be in the trash. Yikes, that should not be in the trash. Here we go. We'll use this. And some liquid glue on the back side of this. It's such a thin little die cut that you're going to definitely have excess glue. So then I'll just tap off the excess. Stick that down. It's a great way to kind of get rid of too much glue without too much fuss. It doesn't get everywhere on your project that way. Cute. They're already looking so good. I just love all the details in this. These little cassettes. Okay, for the little fastener parts, I'm just going to add a dab of glue. That's the easiest way, I think, to do these. Right where they go. And we'll use a jewel pick to kind of pick them up. Man, you guys, just cut it out 3 times. Then you won't have to worry about losing anything. This is the way to go. This is the way. Oh, I was having so much fun. Look at how cute. Oh my gosh, I love all the details. Wow, Cheryl, you made one? That's awesome though. That first card was a doozy. So bravo. Definitely didn't make it an easy stamp and craft. But it's too fun. It's so fun to combine both sets from the card kit. So yeah, just relax. You've earned it. Okay, let's flip these other ones around. Of course, none of them flipped back over the right way. Okay. I know it looks real already. I agree. It's just so cute. It doesn't even have the label or the actual tape. It's just so cute. Somebody asked if it was the dimensions. Once they asked if it was the same dimensions as a real cassette. No, it's a little smaller, but it's just the perfect scale for your card. Oh my gosh, you guys. I mean, come on, how cute. And I don't even have the fun label part yet. Okay, pick up our excess little fasteners. We don't need those. Now, none of you go falling off. Okay, now we're going to move on to this part here with like the tape inside. So the back part I actually cut out of fog. Again, it's that light gray. So I'm going to grab that, a scrap of that. And that's this die right here. Oh, you cut out all, Cheryl. Look at you, so prepared. You cut it all out. That's smart though. See, that's the nice thing about having the instructions and stuff on the blog before the live, that you can get all set up. You can kind of do like homework if you want to. And follow along, right? That was so smart. Cheryl was saying that she die cut all the things that she needed for the dash before the today's live, and so she just kind of had to put it together, and that's really smart. But because like I said before, all the instructions for these Stampin' Crafts are on the blog, usually at least a couple days, if not more, before I do the live. So you can go there and get all prepared if if you do want to follow along like Cheryl did, have your materials ready, have your papers ready, have your inks ready, and actually create along with me. You're not late to the party. Welcome. I just had an itch. We're glad you're here. Okay, now we're moving on to the actual tape, which I'm cutting out of the brown cardstock, which is Anchor. No, it is Acorn. Anchor is the gray. Acorn. And I'm going to go ahead and die cut this Sentiment too, which is so cute. It's like the tape is from the cassette is unspooled. I don't know what the right word to say. That doesn't sound right, but it's come undone a little bit and become your sentiment. Isn't that so genius? We're going to die cut this out of this acorn. And I will have to die cut the smaller rectangle part twice because, again, I have two cassettes. And it comes out in two pieces, like so. I'm going to put them in my little dish. Let's pop out our sentiment here. Perfect. We'll worry about the negative pieces later. We do have one more part to cut out, which is, again, this reel. And then we're on to like the colorful label part. I'm still debating, do I want to try to stamp a sentiment? I like Take It Slow again, but Go Your Own Way is actually like a song. I think I have to do Go Your Own Way. Okay, that's done. Let's put these together. And they could be flipped. I did flip them. So let's flip them. You could have the bigger side on the right or vice versa. So you could like change it a tiny bit. Let's glue these down. Unwound. Thank you, Rosie. That sounds like the right way you would say that. There, kind of get them in place. Again, the die cut has a little markings on the actual die cut showing you indicating where the tape should go. So I just followed along those. For this one, I just flipped it around. So on this side, I'm going to put the one with more tape. Oops, on the left side. Give it a little different look. Stay you. Okay, those guys are done. Now what I do to keep them in place is I just use a little piece of tape. So they would fit inside these negative openings right here. I just use a little tape. Wasn't it? It's so fun, Vicki, right? This was such a fun one. So creative, lots of fun elements to play with. Yeah. I've loved how the products work together too. That was way too long, Shannon. Oh, well. Let's just do it like this then. Got a little tape happy. Tuck that in there. Cute. What a trip. You're back from the grocery store. Welcome, welcome. I hate going to the grocery store. I do not love it. It's not my favorite thing. Obviously necessary. But I have, and this is not, I'm not proud of this. Definitely not proud of this, but I have grocery store rage. It's very true. I feel like I'm a patient person in most things, but when it comes to the grocery store, I have no patience. And I really shouldn't allow myself to go to the grocery store anymore because it makes me grouchy. I should just do pickup. But I don't trust them to pick the vegetables and the fruits that I like, the way that I like them. Not to mention, it's difficult. The app is difficult to indicate like what you mean when you say 4 tomatoes. Do they know 4 tomatoes? Even when I specify, I don't mean 4 pounds. I just mean 4 tomatoes. But anyways, yes. Hopefully you do not have grocery store rage like me, Pamela, and had a very pleasant trip to the grocery store. All right, let's do the labels and then we'll do the coloring on these die cuts. So you can see the labels have some super cute stripes and rainbows. I used papers. These are all cardstocks colors that were included in the card kit. So we have saffron, beeswax, Bellini, coral, Sicily, blue spruce, and carrot. So these are the cardstocks I'm going to use. And we'll start with the big parts, which one is cut out of beeswax and one's cut out of Bellini. So we'll start with that, and that's this guy right here, this big base. Okay. Try it again. Ooh, I hope yours arrives soon, Renee. Renee? Oh, I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. I'm so bad with names. You would think someone who has a unique spelling would be better, but I'm terrible. Okay, that's the Bellini. Good. That's nice. I need to get my husband to go. I have to do a little bit of training. And then maybe I could, can you tell maybe I'm a control freak? But then you could go. I should have him go. I should send him and not me. He will go for me sometimes. I mean, it's me. I'm the problem. He'd be very willing to go in my place, but I don't want him to get the wrong stuff. Because I am a meal planner sounds too organized. I plan my week out for what food I'm going to have, what meals I'm going to make. And so we have to get the stuff, like the stuff I have to get because I won't be able to make the recipe. And then we have all these ingredients that can't use. Okay, so we're going to die cut these out all at once. And I did not, we don't need carrot. We need blue spruce. So cut him out. And Sicily. I'm still trading him. I know. I don't want to say trading because it sounds really offensive, but that's really, truly kind of what's happening. Like I got to get you, we got to be on the same page on where everything is and what brands I want and what a good cilantro looks like. And some decisions have to be made on the fly, like if they don't have like the right stuff, they just don't have it. That can be tricky to do. And I know this is a me. I need to relinquish some of this control. This is nuts. All right, we got our 2 stripes there. Let's go ahead and do the middle stripe, which you can see right here. That is actually just the small die right here. So that's what we're going to use. Cut it out of this beautiful saffron color. But you know what I do not do? I've learned a long time ago. Do not take my children with me grocery shopping. I can't do it. And it's not because they're bad. They're not bad at all. They're good, but they're not very aware of getting in people's way. And I'm constantly like, you're in that person's way, honey. Like, you need to like look around. There's people trying to get by. So they're probably much better now than they used to be when they were littler, but like makes me anxious. So I don't take them to the store with me. Though I think my youngest is probably ready to go. I go to the website and screenshot the product. Oh, that's smart. That's a smart idea. So they really knows exactly what to get. That's clever. Okay, I'm going to glue this right down to the cassette. Already, look at how cute it is already, just like that's sticking down. I love it. And I'm going to glue this first. Whoops. I really should have probably put glue on the die cut and not done it this way. We'll try to be smarter for the next stripe. Oh my gosh. I can't get over how cute this cassette is. It's so fun. Yeah, and the price, that's something too. Is like, you got to know what you're supposed to pay. Because sometimes, you know, we're picking this product or this item in the store because it's discounted. And if you're not getting what it's supposed to be, it kind of defeats the purpose of that recipe or whatever. All right, we'll pop these guys in. So easy. Couldn't be cuter. Oh, like, come on, it's so cute. I'll wait in line if I don't have to share an aisle with 15 other people. Yeah, a line is fine. I don't mind waiting in the line. My thing with the grocery store is people not being like aware of other people trying to get by and stuff, and it's just makes me nuts. All right, and we'll do our other stripes. And we're going to use saffron again for the other one on the second cassette. Again, it's definitely nothing I'm proud to admit, and I'm trying to be more patient. But it always feels like the grocery store is just like an inconvenience to have to go and get the stuff you need. Like, I got to get the stuff and then go home. And I end up doing it like late in the evening, and I have to like run to the grocery store and then come home and make dinner, which is just not ideal. So it's me poor planning on my part, and just I need to be a little bit more patient. All right, now we'll do the little double part, which is carrot. Super cute orange color. All the kitties are sleeping right now. I can hear Elodie, my oldest kitty. She's in the kitchen snoring away. All right. And just like that, guys, these cassettes came, I made 2 of them, but you can see they come together real quick. That wasn't long at all. That didn't take long at all. And I probably should have colored. We can do it though. I probably should have colored these. I do a little coloring on these cassettes here with a Copic marker on the tape, I should say, in the cassette. I probably should have done that before I glued it down onto the cassette, but that's okay. It's not very hard to avoid the label. And that little excess, let's put that down. Yeah, I love the colors in this, of the paper, the palette of this one's card kit. So fun. Love the teals with the yellow and the corals. Even orange. Let it glue there. And we are just about done with this. I think I need my tweezers. I can't get in there with my extra long nails. Cute. Oh my gosh, look at, they're so adorable. I think I'd switch them around and have this one be in front this time, the pink one. Oh, love, 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 love. All right, now we're gonna color. So this is the part that we're gonna do a little bit. Oh, Pamela says, I did do that ellipse tech that I saw someone do with the layered stamp set. And I have to say, it came out nice. Oh, you probably saw Mindy, Pamela. I think Mindy did that. It was so brilliant. I'm so glad you liked it. Isn't that cool? The way Pamela's talking about using the Heroscape stamp set. So that beautiful desert. You know, I have a card here, kind of. I didn't quite do it like Mindy did. Mindy did it beautifully. But you stamp your Heroscape, and then you take the sentiment set from the July Stamp and Cut of the month, and you can actually stamp right onto the landscape. I didn't do it, so definitely check out Mindy's video because she did. And then you die cut, and then your letters are actually patterned kind of with the landscape, like those. Think of the vintage postcards. So cool. Love it. I'm glad you did that, Pamela. That's awesome. I'm glad you gave it a try. Cheryl says, the May 2019 kit has a pencil stamp, thinking I might add it to mine to rewind the tape. Please do that, Cheryl. Please, please, please do that. I want to see that. That's brilliant. So fun. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of Copic coloring. Very simple. I'm actually only gonna use one marker. And this is where we're taking and adding that loop. So I'm trying to hold up so you can see. And you can see the loops in darker and then colored here. Oh, you're talking about Scott, I think, Pamela. And we already talked about him in this live already, because he was already brought up because of his brilliant, I think his Thelma and Louise card. Am I thinking, if I'm making the connections right? So good. All right, we're going to start. I'm trying to think of how I can do this. I can't zoom in, but I'm thinking this part is behind the tall part of the H here. So that's going to be dark, but the H part will be light. Oh, you repeated it. Awesome. Or reposted it. Oh, awesome. So I'm going to color right along that line. And that's going to start to push that part forward and this part back. And now this here, and it doesn't help that my hand is similar in color. Oh, I didn't see his, I'm going to have to go see his video immediately after this live because I have no idea what you're talking about, Pamela, but I need to know. I need to know. All right, this part here is a little fold. It's a little actual fold almost. So let's see if I can do it like this. So establish that line, and then I'll just do my feathered stroke out from there. And now it looks like a little twist. And this, I think, is also behind. And see how it's starting to look so dimensional? And then we'll go behind here. I've seen his cards, I just didn't see the video. So I definitely need to go check out his video. Cute. And everybody should, actually, because his cards that I did see were amazing. Little curve right there. So very simple. I'm not doing much coloring and only using one marker. But I am thinking about how this would swirl, how this would fall, how this tape would fall. The only part I really got confused at is at the O at the end. I don't think I did it realistically, but I couldn't figure out how the folds go. But I don't think anybody can tell, so give yourself some grace if you're trying this. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and now we'll do this here. Coming along. It would be back behind like that. See, we're getting there. And any part that I feel is too harsh, I can blend out with the colors blender after this. I am kind of doing this in a weird way, holding it up, but I'm hoping you guys can see it a little bit better. Oh, I'm so glad you guys saw his video. That's awesome. All right, and this is where I get a little mixed up on the O. I'm assuming this goes back here. And then kind of decided this went back behind here. And so did this. And if I didn't get it right, that's okay. I did the best I could. Oh, but you know what? This probably has a little curve here. A little twist there. We went rogue. Okay. I'm even going to add a little shadow here too. And one what the heck over here as well. Like there's would be one here too. I'm getting crazy now. I'm adding little shadows everywhere. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see if we can. That's still probably the best way to see it is on the white. Super cute. And now we'll just do that very easily to the tape here. just at the top and bottom. So simple. And you know what else I saw someone do with this? Michelle actually he embossed her tape in like a copper or a bronze embossing powder. And I loved the way he embossed the die cut, and it just looks so cool. It's like shiny and dimensional. It's just so cool. Who didn't rewind the tape? Perfect. Did I have that top off the whole time? Why did I do that? I'm going to grab my colors blender and do a little bit of blending. A tiny bit, I think. Just a tiny bit here and there. Just to soften. The gradation, so it's maybe not so harsh. I'll do the same here. And then I think we are ready to wrap this card up. I do have a panel already cut for, you can see that I have a bit of, let's get all this out of the way. Some matting here. I have the alabaster, which is that cream colored cardstock, trimmed down to a panel somewhere. Here it is. All right. Let's go ahead and glue that down to our card base. And then we'll put it together. Oh, and I didn't stamp a sentiment. I feel like I must try. I have to give it a try. Have to try it. And I decided I wanted to use one from the Heroescape, which, where did I put it is the question. Where did it go? Where did it go? Is it behind me? No. Here it is. Something was on top of it, so it became invisible. I think I'm going to do Go Your Own Way. Does that work? Hello, Go Your Own Way? Does it work? Let's do You Go, Girl. Let's do that one. It maybe makes a little bit more sense. Or should I use one from here? No, I like the scripty one. I'm sticking with it. And we'll stamp it in black. Oh, so cute. I'm gonna do it again. I probably should have done it before I glued everything down and done it one part at a time, but we're making it work. I think it works great. Cute. I love that. That's so fun. Should I do it on the other one too? Okay, I gotta do it on this one. I gotta do both too. Just to balance it out. What are we going to have to say on the other one? You go, girl. Go your own way. Just keep going. Where do you go your own way? Oops. Fun, 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 fun. I never tried this before, and I think it's so cute. It's such a fun idea to stamp on the like somebody wrote, oops, on the label on the cassette. How cute is that? Oh my gosh, that's adorable. All right, home stretch. Let's finish by adhering our alabaster to, and I did trim this down. It's 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And again, instructions for this are actually on the blog. So you can go there and get a list of all the supplies I used, all the papers, the marker, inks. Oh my gosh, look at my dirty finger. Disgusting. I made a big, huge smudge. Okay. Oh my gosh, so cute with the writing. It's so cute with the writing. I love that. My goodness, my kitties. So fun. Let's do it like kind of like how I had the very cute. Okay, where's my big piece of tape? Fell on the ground, of course. And I'm just gonna pop this up. And I'm gonna use a little foam adhesive to hold everything in place. There we go. A couple little pieces on the back side of that hello. Give it some more support. Definitely going to use the 1/8 thickness. Maybe. I need my tweezers. All right, and one last little piece of tape. Pamela, you are hilarious. I have to go see his video. Oh my gosh. I am definitely missing out. Remove the backing real quick. On all of this. We'll stick it down, and then I get to show you guys a sneak peek of the August card kit. And then we'll wrap up today's live after that. I do want to note that we have a release of 4 collections today, so definitely check those out. But tomorrow will be kind of the real big reveal of the creative team, because they're going to show all their. We're going to do an Instagram hop. So don't miss that. These collections are so cool. And there's even some Christmas, a couple Christmas collections. Look at how cute. So fun. So love that you can stamp on the cassettes like writing. Isn't that cute? You go, girl. Go your own way. Hello. Very, very fun. All right. So let's take a look. Now that we finished our cards, let's take a look at the August card kit of the month. So next month's card kit. Whoops. Pull it over here. Got it all stacked up, ready to go. So if you missed the beginning, I did reveal that this is a Halloween themed release next month. So good, guys. So good. The first thing I'm going to show you is the 6x8 clear that's included in the August card kit. So here is the sneak peek. Look at this. This is a layering stamp set, so you may not be able to tell what it is. And my stamp set has been very well loved and used at this point. I've made a bunch of cards, which sadly I have none to show you right now. I took them into the office to be turned into a reel, but this kit's amazing. So you have layering stamps to create a very, very cool kind of Edwardian looking Regency, that's the right word. Maybe more like a Regency or Edwardian looking gentleman and woman. You can kind of see from this stamp layer kind of what they look like. Because they're layering stamps, it's so easy to stamp up that dimension. No coloring, which is so cool. You have some great sentiments in this set. Some pumpkins that layer up. A spider web, great for backgrounds, and some additional images like a bat, butterfly, or a moth maybe, and a mask, some couple masks. And of course you get a jack-o'-lantern face, so you can make that pumpkin a jack-o'-lantern. It's so great, such a great set. There are 2 layering guides just to help, one for the girl and one for, her name is Katrina and Abraham. You have one for each just to help and make it a little bit, I can do the girl completely, eyeball it. Though I do like to use the, sometimes we'll still use the placement guide, just sometimes for added reassurance that I've got it in the right spot. The guy, I have one layer that I found I just couldn't just eyeball, so I did find the placement guide really helpful. But this is a really nice added element to make it easier to layer your elements together, because you can see there are several stamps. These are each an individual stamp, and I have a video that I will be creating to show you how to use the guides if you're unfamiliar of using acetate as to help you get your stamps in the right position. I will be making a video to kind of show you how to use them, but they're very handy. And you can see each one of these is a stamp. So each one of these is a different layer. You can always skip a layer here and there. You don't actually have to do all the layers. But if you do all of them, it looks so dimensional, so cool. Oh, I love the pumpkin patch, Pamela. I love that one too. So you have 2 layering guides included just to make it even that much easier to position those layers for the 2 characters. There's also a coordinating die set that will cut out your Abraham and Katrina, I guess, cut out your people. Dies for the sentiments as well, dies for the pumpkins, the bat, all the images. There's dies for everything. Everything there you have a die for. Then also included in the August card kit is this die set, which creates a layered frame. So good. With a background, you have some little additional dies, some moths or butterflies, another mask, so you can actually die cut a mask and put them on your characters, which is cool. Kind of makes them feel spooky, little bit spookier. So awesome, awesome set. So fun. And you guys, I feel bad because I don't have any cards to show you. I think the best I can show you is maybe stamped out what the people look like. I can show you that. I think I have a couple samples of that. But I don't have, oh, I have to go get it. I don't have, well, just wait. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me show you what the people look like stamped out real quick. Because these images are so cool, but there's even more to this kit. So let me see if I can grab, oops. Because I stamped these guys out a ton. Oh yeah, here we go. So we have we'll do these two here because they kind of go together. So here they are stamped out, and I gave them kind of like zombie skin, but look at how cool they look all stamped out. So dimensional. Let's see, focus, focus. So, so cool. And then the frame, I can show you that. Here it is, die cut out. I did a little bit of ink blending to add even more dimension, but can you see how cool this is when they're combined together? So, so cool. And I apologize, I don't have my cards here to show you a finished card, but you can at least kind of understand how these work together. But that's not all. I haven't gotten to the best part yet of the kit. So you have those awesome products. Also included in the kit is a paper pack, which we've been including in the kits lately, which I love. Some beautiful oranges, some teals, black, beautiful colors, cardstock. And then this is the best part. Also included is this very, very awesome holographic rainbow film. I pull out a piece here. This stuff is so cool. It looks like this. It actually has a backing that you remove, and then you can put it on acetate for a super cool technique, which, sorry, I'm trying to get my stuff organized here. I'm showing you guys more than I intended to show you. So I apologize that I don't seem as ready, because I'm actually showing you more than I originally thought I would. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So also included, I wanted to show you what it looked like on acetate, but I can't seem to find. Is it in here? Well, I don't know where that piece went, but you can cut this down, adhere it onto acetate. And when you adhere it onto acetate, the back is now clear, obviously, right? It's acetate, so you have this beautiful, shiny, mirrored-like look. So you can kind of make this into a mirror, but you're probably wondering, well, if I make it into a mirror, I can't see the person. Well, guess what? Because you've adhered it onto acetate, and you combine this with a light, this will kind of disappear. Think of like almost like police double-sided mirrors with the light, and we'll show you how to do this, how to combine this, but with the light and this awesome holographic rainbow film that kind of disappears a little bit, and then you can see the face hidden behind that layer. So I apologize again, I don't have an actual finished card to show you right now because I took them all into the office for pictures, but it's coming. In videos, you'll see how to do this and put this together, but isn't it such a fun idea? And these look so cool. I have so many, oh no, don't do that. I have so many cards to show you where I didn't even do the light up and like this cool feature. I didn't just do this technique. I have a bunch of cards where I just use these images and these awesome dies and they look so cool just on their own too, but it's so fun to have that cool, like interactive element as well. So it's a very, very fun kit. You guys are going to love August. It's so cool, especially if you love Halloween, Though I think these images don't necessarily have to be Halloween. I mean, if you were to stamp these two characters in like normal colors, they would totally be like just really a beautiful gentleman and lady. But of course, the Halloween part is so fun. That spooky vibe is so fun. I'm so excited for you guys to see it and see all the amazing cards that the creative team have already been starting to create. And it's just going to be so, so cool. So that is the August card kit. I'm going to go ahead and switch my camera. There we go. So if you guys enjoyed that sneak peek of the upcoming kit in August, last reminder, we do have a release today, actually, of 4 new collections. Now, these are not Hero Studio products, so these are not subscription. The products that are in these 4 collections. So check that out. But if you want to wait one more day, tomorrow we'll be doing an Instagram hop celebrating these collections with bunches of inspiration from the creative team and guests. So check that out tomorrow as well. And on top of that, I will be doing a live tomorrow celebrating it's a spotlight. And you can actually, right now that's up. So you can go hit that notification. So when I go live tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, I'll go show you all the products from these 4 collections. They're amazing collections, and share a bunch of card samples. I've got a ton to show you guys. So definitely I hope you guys tune into that live tomorrow for those collections as well. And I hope you enjoyed today's cards with the July card kit and July die set of the month and the sneak peek of the upcoming card kit for August. Thank you guys so much for spending some of your precious weekend time with me. I hope you enjoyed today's live, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, the rest of your weekend. Bye, everyone.